Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Chef JD, and right now I'm going to teach you how to make the most awesome yummy bread in just a matter of minutes. So what I have here is a loaf of sourdough from Safeway. It's very yummy. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this long ways a couple of times. You're going to want to use a serrated knife to cut bread, because if you use a straight knife, you're just going to kind of crush it, and what we want to do is keep it fluffy. So we're going to use little strokes here. So now I have two nice long cuts here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some little cuts. And what's happening here is we're turning these into little cubes. And so when we go ahead and put the butter on here, and we just melted 4 tablespoons of European style creamy butter. I really like the creamy style. I always use salted butter. There's a myth out there that you can use unsalted butter because salted butter taints the flavor. You know what? I think that's false. It's a bunch of bull. I really like salted butter and I use it in everything. Sweet cream is really good. So here's our melted butter. Got it in a ramekin already. About 45 seconds in the microwave just to knock it down a little bit. So what we're going to do is open up these cavities so we can pour a little bit of butter onto everything. And we're going to go ahead and use a little spoon here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and just kind of stroke it right across the top of each piece so it falls right on down into the middle. And some of the best parts of this bread are the bottom of the crust when it's done. So we're going to do one side on the outside. We're going to go ahead and do the inside right here. And then we're going to open up the other side. And we're going to do this side. So after we're done here, I'm going to go ahead and season this down with a little garlic salt. It'll just take a second. And then, I'm a big fan of Parmesan cheese. And, it sounds funny, but the garlic salt with the Lowry's garlic salt and butter on sourdough bread with the Krappy Kraft Parmesan Cheese is the best combination in the world, I'll tell you. So we're just going to go ahead and pour the rest of the butter on there. Now, we're going to take the garlic salt. Here we go. Good old Lowry's garlic salt. We're just going to go ahead and sprinkle it on in there. Keep your hand moving fast. Try to get an even sprinkle. You're going to want to kind of open the cavity a little bit as you go so it gets a little bit on every piece. Then we're going to use the Krappy Kraft Parmesan and Romano cheese. Very yummy. And then we're just going to throw that right on in there. Be very liberal. You can't overdo it. It all tastes great. So we're going to get some inside, outside, on the top, bottom. There we go. Okay, all done. Then we're going to go ahead and take our whole loaf here, and we're going to put it right into the foil. We're just going to kind of wrap it up so it's nice and tight. There we go. And here's our sourdough bread boat with finger-licking goodness. Yummy. Oh, and by the way, you're going to want to cook this baby at about 350 in the oven. I like convection because it gets the top a little brown too. And feel free to throw it in for, you can't really overdo it. If you forget about it, don't overdo it and do 20 minutes. But, 10, 12, 15 minutes, all is good. What you're trying to do is make the inside hot. So the butter gets nice and saturated in there. The cheese melts just a little bit. So good. Anyway, enjoy.